Baina TV, connected to your world.
Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Baina Midday News, coming to you live from our news hub, Atomic Junction, Benab House, Accra. My name is Fauzi Abdullah. Coming up in this afternoon's bulletin. The Finance Minister is expected to present the 2026 mid-year budget review to Parliament today. Also, ECOWAS has reaffirmed plans to launch a single currency in 2027. And on the international front, 3 firefighters have been killed fighting the flames as southern Europe endures another spell of severe heat. These and many more details coming up in the next few minutes. Do stay. Thanks for staying. You're watching Baina Midday News and we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube at Baina TV. Now to our very first story. Finance Minister Dr. Keso Atufosin is expected to present the 2026 mid-year budget review to Parliament today, Thursday, July 23rd, outlining the government's fiscal performance during the first half of the year and its economic policy direction for the remaining months of 2026. The review is expected to assess the economy's performance against the targets set in the 2026 budget, which sought to transition Ghana from macroeconomic stability to sustained economic growth while maintaining fiscal discipline.
Since the budget was presented in November 2025, key economic indicators have shown stronger than expected performances, with inflation declining to 5.3%, alongside improvements in fiscal consolidation, the external sector and debt sustainability. The Finance Minister is also expected to provide updates on revenue mobilization, public expenditure, debt management, and financing plans to the second half of the year. Government is widely expected to maintain its current tax policy, with indications suggesting the review will not introduce new taxes, but will instead focus on implementing existing fiscal measures to preserve macroeconomic stability. The review is also anticipated to update Parliament on Ghana's transition from the International Monetary Fund's Extended Credit Facility Program to the Policy Coordination Instrument, which is expected to guide economic reforms after the current IMF program ends. The mid-year budget review is regarded as a key fiscal policy statement because it provides insight into government spending priorities, borrowing plans, and the broader economic outlook. Businesses, investors, and development partners are expected to monitor the presentation closely for signal on inflation, interest rates, exchange rate stability, and any adjustment to expenditure allocations or financing strategies for the rest of the year.
Moving on, the Economic Community of West African States has reaffirmed plans to launch a single currency in 2027, but the blog says it's leaning towards a phased rollout with countries meeting convergence criteria such as inflation, debt, and monetary stability joining first. The news was announced in a communique following Sunday's ECOWAS Heads of State meeting in Sierra Leone. The single currency dubbed the ECO is being presented as a way to deepen regional integration and support sustainable and inclusive growth. The legal registration of the ECO trademark is in progress, but important questions remain unresolved, including whether members of the West African Economic and Monetary Union who use the CFA franc will be included at the start. ECOWAS says several issues still need agreement, particularly around the future central bank decision-making rules and which countries will start first. The launch of the ECO will also have to contend with West Africa's changing political landscape, as Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger have left the bloc but remain within the UEMOA. Consultations are continuing, and a key task force meeting is expected before the December 2026 summit. Away from that, the National Democratic Congress has suspended the Ewutu-Senya East Constituency Chairman, Stephen Ofosu-Ejare, from office for 5 months following a petition filed against him by the area's Member of Parliament, Phyllis Nakoyo-Okuno. In a letter signed by the party's General Secretary, Fifi Fiafikwete, the NDC said the decision was taken by its Functional Executive Committee at a meeting held on July 21, 2026.
According to the letter, the committee considered the petition submitted by the NP together with the recommendations from the Central Regional Council of Elders contained in a letter dated July 20, 2026. The party said the Functional Executive Committee, FEC, found sufficient grounds to invoke Article 48 of 4 and 48 of 6 of the NDC Constitution. The NDC further referred the matter to its National Disciplinary Committee for investigations and any other further action deemed appropriate under the party's constitution. During the period of suspension, Mr. Ofosu-Ejare has been directed not to perform any duties or exercise any authority as constituency chairman until the matter is concluded or the party issues further directives. The letter also indicated that copies of the petition submitted by the Ewutu-Senya East MP and the report of the Central Regional Council of Elders had been attached for his attention with the seriousness it deserves. The NDC urged Mr. Ofosu-Ejare to treat the directive with the seriousness it deserves.
Moving on further in today's bulletin, the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly has lodged a formal complaint with the Ghana Police Service over the conduct of a police officer who allegedly threatened employees of a towing company with a firearm during an enforcement exercise in Kumasi. The Assembly said the incident occurred around 2 p.m. on Tuesday, 21st July at Roman Hill in the Central Business District and has since attracted widespread public attention after a video of the confrontation circulated on social media.
According to a statement issued by the Assembly on Wednesday, personnel from DA&9 Towing Service, a private firm engaged by the KMA to enforce parking regulations, had immobilized a saloon car that had been parked in a prohibited area and were preparing to tow it away when the altercation occurred. The Assembly explained that a uniformed police officer identified as Y.E. Abuaje arrived at the scene, identified himself as the owner of the vehicle, and challenged the authority of the towing personnel to remove it. The disagreement reportedly escalated into a verbal confrontation, during which the officer allegedly threatened to shoot one of the towing personnel in the foot if the towing exercise continued. The KMA described the officer's alleged conduct as regrettable and avoidable, adding that the matter had been officially referred to the Ghana Police Service for investigation and any necessary action. The Assembly further sought to correct what it described as misinformation circulating online, stressing that the incident did not involve a security task force. The Assembly reaffirmed its commitment to enforcing parking regulations lawfully and urged the public to rely on verified information regarding the incident while investigations continue.
You're still watching Baina Midday News. We'll go for a quick breather, after which we'll bring you business and more. Stay with us.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
The word Islam is an Arabic word which means to surrender. As a Muslim, you surrender yourself to the Almighty Allah, your Creator. To do that, we need to understand the concept of Islam. Baina TV comes your way with the most educative and informative Islamic program, Understanding Islam. On this show, we answer all the questions regarding Islam, the do's and the don'ts of the Sharia, and many others. Make a date with me, Aisha Muhammad Saqib, this and every Friday at 10:30 a.m. as we educate ourselves with the knowledge of the deen.
Kada ku rasa shirin siyasa da kuka fi so tare da Aminu Mauni show Wednesdays and Fridays at 8 p.m. only on Baina TV.
You're welcome back and thanks for staying. If you just tuned in, you're watching Baina Midday News and we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube at Baina TV. Now let's delve into the world of business. And Ghanaians lost nearly 300,000 Ghana cedis to online restaurant impersonation scams in the first 6 months of 2026 as cyber criminals increasingly hijacked Google business listings to trick unsuspecting customers into paying for food that was never delivered. A new alert issued by the Cybersecurity Authority shows that financial losses from the scam surged to 296,803,000 between January and June this year, more than 3 times the 84,592 Ghana cedis recorded during the same period in 2025. Reported cases also climbed sharply to 112, up from 61 a year earlier.
According to the authority, fraudsters are targeting legitimate restaurants and food vendors by altering their contact details on Google Search, Google Maps, and other online platforms. In some cases, criminals exploit Google Suggest and Edit feature, claim unverified business profiles, or create duplicate listings before replacing genuine phone numbers with fake ones. Others purchase sponsored advertisements to ensure the fraudulent contact details appear at the top of search results. Unsuspecting customers then place food orders using the fake contact details and are instructed to send payment through mobile money or fraudulent payment links. Once the payment is made, communication ends and the food is never delivered. In other instances, victims are lured into entering personal and banking information on fake payment pages, exposing them to further financial losses. The CSA is urging customers to verify restaurant contact details through official websites, verified social media pages, or trusted food delivery platforms before placing an order. It is also advised the public never to share mobile money pins, one-time passwords, or banking credentials, and to avoid making payments through unfair links. The authority is also calling on restaurants and other online businesses to secure and verify their Google business profiles, regularly monitor their online listings for unauthorized changes, and prominently display their official contact details to reduce the risk of impersonation.
Now to some news beyond our borders. 3 firefighters have been killed fighting the flames as southern Europe endures another spell of severe heat, with temperature topping 40 degrees Celsius in some areas. Scientists have long warned that climate change caused by humans burning fossil fuel is making extreme weather events such as fires and heat waves more likely, longer lasting, and more severe. In Sicily, around 6,000 firefighters, forest guards, and civil protection officials battled dozens of fires that have raged for days across the Mediterranean island despite the deployment of water-bombing aircraft. Italian Interior Minister Matteo Piantedosi said a firefighter died after falling ill while battling the flames. More than 160 fires have also been recorded in the neighboring Calabria region, which the local civil protection chief blamed on deliberate cases of arson by malicious individuals. In France, more than 10,000 tourists had evacuated from camping sites and other holiday accommodation near Bordeaux in the southwest on Thursday, as a wildfire ravaged a seaside pine forest. The blaze in Le Pôle had ripped through 2,000 hectares, an area about 3 times the size of Gibraltar, since Wednesday, officials said. 2 firefighters had died on Tuesday tackling a blaze that broke out near Bordeaux Airport. France's Interior Minister Laurent Nunez met the firefighters' families on Wednesday as unions warned workers were facing exhaustion and lack of resources, while Le Pôle's mayor Marshal Zeninetti said the fire could have been started by a machine used to clear forest tracks. This is yet to be officially confirmed. Around 700 people left their homes as a precaution in Le Pôle, where more than 3,000 campers were also relocated, the prefecture said. Across the border in Spain, progress made by the firefighters in tackling a major wildfire south of Madrid allowed most residents of the threatened communities to return, the emergency services said on Thursday. The fire, which broke out on Wednesday near the city of Toledo, around 75 kilometers from the Spanish capital, prompted authorities to order the evacuation of several districts as flames advanced towards homes. Villagers in El Encinar del Alberche in the municipality of Villa del Prado were still urged to stay away from their homes. Now to our final news on sports. Manchester City midfielder Phil Foden has signed a new 4-year contract which will keep him at the club until 2030. The 26-year-old's previous deal was due to expire next summer, but he has opted to extend his stay under new lead coach Enzo Maresca. Foden made his first team debut as a 17-year-old under the former boss Pep Guardiola and has since made 369 appearances for City, winning 6 Premier League titles, 1 Champions League and 2 FA Cups. He was left out of Thomas Tuchel's England World Cup squad in May after an inconsistent season where he made only 23 Premier League starts.
Foden says he can't wait to work with Maresca again with the Italian, and has